Okay, in 2010, a 30-second Super Bowl advertisement cost around $3 million. Today, that number is $7 million, or $233,000 per second. Since the very first Super Bowl back in 1967, the weekend of the game has become an unofficial American holiday. Besides the game's humongous reach, it is the one day of the year when advertisers are almost guaranteed that consumers will witness their commercials. Casual fans of American football are more likely to pay attention to the fun, often celebrity-filled ads rather than the game itself. It is anticipated that 100 million people will watch the game this Sunday, and that, my friends, is a lot of eyeballs. Okay, Las Vegas is buzzing in anticipation of Sunday's Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. We're going to take a deep dive into this and talk all things Super Bowl. Joining us, Mike Bako, a sports editor at dailynational.com. Mike, always a pleasure, my friend. I know this is a big weekend for you. You must be excited.
Yep. Absolutely monitoring it here from New York, monitoring the commercials, monitoring the bets, monitoring the celebrities, and then the TV ratings. You mentioned 100 million people. I would up that just based on some of this Taylor Swift factor and some of the different ways that they've been reporting the ratings recently. But this makes for probably the biggest Super Bowl in terms of eyeballs that we've ever seen.
It's going to be exciting. Okay, let's also focus on where they're having this thing this year. Las Vegas. I mean, if you do anything in the United States that's over the top, go to Vegas. So, you know, if you read, the average person is going to spend between $18,000 and $22,000 there. That's because the tickets are expensive. Hotels, as I understand it, are having a 4-night minimum. Then you add in the food, the drinks, let alone before you spend some time losing money gambling. So, wow, why is it so expensive, and why the big draw?
Well, the big draw, first of all, is because you've got two big draws of teams. Not only do you have the Kansas City Chiefs, who are now almost becoming a perennial visitor to the Super Bowl, so you have their ardent fan base. You have the San Francisco fan base, obviously coming from tech and money, but also not that long of a trip to get to Las Vegas. One of the other things that you're kind of seeing is all of those other things that come into having a Super Bowl in Las Vegas. Last year being in Phoenix. Great location, great weather, but not a lot to do. Vegas, you're talking about people that are going, they're spending those 4-night minimums at those hotels, but probably even more. They may be even staying past when the game is going on. So this is the perfect location for a Super Bowl from a tourist perspective and from a tourism board perspective.
A lot of money, a lot of money. And also the halftime performer, Usher, and he's going to have a couple of his good buddies join him on stage as well. That's going to be a big draw. And of course, we've talked about it ad nauseum, Taylor Swift. She's supposed to jet from her Eras tour in Japan to Vegas to watch her boyfriend, tight end Travis Kelce. What impact is this star power having? You did touch upon it.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to have the casual fan factor. So a lot of those casual fans are going to watch the Super Bowl anyway, because like you said, they want to watch for the party, they want to have the chips and the dip, and they want to see the commercials. But over the years, some of that, fan interest has kind of gone down when you could see a lot of the ads before they're even on the game. So there's not that factor where if you miss out, you miss out. But this has kind of become a bit of a spectacle where people not only want to see the shots of her in the stands after the AFC Championship game, she was on the field with him. So there is this kind of buzz that comes along with it where people will just want to watch just to see her celebrating a touchdown in the skybox as she's sitting next to Patrick Mahomes' wife. So all of those things lend to the casual fan sticking around to watch and try to, engage with their favorite singer.
And of course, for our international friends, Patrick Mahomes, the star quarterback of the Chiefs, who, if he continues at this pace, is going to rewrite the record books. Let's talk about us sitting at home in steerage. We're having our parties, we're having our friends over. Inflation's out there, but let's talk about spending. Is it affecting Super Bowl spending, or this year we're just going to go full out?
Well, I think everyone's going to go all out because it does become one of those days where you are going to get the food, you are going to, get the drinks, you are going to have as many people as you can over to watch the game. I think the other thing that's going to play a part in this is, like we mentioned, two very popular teams. This is not a situation, the last few years, we've had very popular teams in the game. So it has heightened that interest level. When it comes to spending, I think probably close to $100, $80 to $100 is what people are going to be spending. So I think inflation kind of goes out the window on days like this. Holidays, inflation goes out the window. Super Bowl parties, inflation kind of goes out the window. Where it's not going out the window, though, is for the ticket prices. We may be watching remotely, but the people there on the secondary market, Vivid Seats is reporting that average ticket price on their site going for close to $9,000.
I've heard that's the face value of a lot of tickets. We'll get back to that later. Okay, so let's talk about the ads. $233,000 per second. I mean, does a company really expect to turn this into profit, or is it just for the buzz? Because, and let's talk about some of them. I saw the early one with Ben Affleck, and I laughed.
That one you left, but here's the thing. The long tail of these ads getting out there. You obviously are watching the Ben Affleck ad. I've watched the Uber Eats ad with Jennifer Aniston and with David Schwimmer. The Beckhams are in that one. Tom Brady has an ad for BetMGM. Chris Pratt is in one for Tostitos, I believe. So there's a lot of ads. So what you're kind of getting is not only the eyeballs of showing the ad during the actual game, you're getting people like us talking about it beforehand. What's every columnist, what's every show going to do? What were the best ads the very next day? So you're going to be talking about the game, but then they're going to be listing the 4 or 5 best ads. Does it actually turn into dollars and cents?
Right.
You know, that's for the actual brands to figure out. But these ads, it's not as if CBS is not selling out on these ads. So brands and advertisers are obviously seeing value in it. It's the one time where everyone is talking about the same thing. The next day, everyone is talking about the same thing. It used to be like that for the Oscars to a certain degree, but right now, this is the only thing that captures everyone's attention at the same time, at the same moment.
2 seconds. Who's going to win? I'm going to take the Chiefs.
I'm going to take the 49ers, and we'll talk about it the next time we're on together.
Okay, we got it on. Okay, Mike, thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.